From Anshe Sfard Beth El Emeth Congregation, it's time to take 10 Minutes for Torah with Rabbi Joel Finkelstein.
Welcome to our discussion of the Well of Shabbos. Parshas Vayetze find the story, the well. The well, Be'er Basadeh, was a well in the field. And the shepherds were not able to take off the rock. Yaakov comes and he removes the rock. What does this represent? What is this all about? And what does it tell us about how to lead our lives? Rabbi from Alexander says, if you notice the Ro'im, he says the shepherds, they could only remove that rock. Ad asher yasvu kol adarim. Until all the shepherds were together, they could not remove that rock. And Yaakov was able to remove it by himself. The rock, says the Rebbe Alexander, represents the idea of removing the obstacles. The obstacle of the Yetzer Hara, the evil inclination, our inclination not to do what's right. That which stops us and prevents us from doing what's right. The shepherds, in community, were able to do what's right. When people are in the street, when people are at work, they're able to stay on the straight and narrow. They're able to conduct themselves in a respectable fashion. Sometimes, when they go home, when they're alone, that's when people have trouble holding that rock down, removing the rock, removing the obstacles to behaving properly. They have an evil inclination and they just can't deal with it. But Yaakov was able to deal with the evil inclination even on his own. He was able to remove it without the community, by himself. When we say, by verse from Isaiah, quote on Shabbat, "V'alachalticha nachalat Yaakov avicha," that those who observe the Shabbos, God will help us to get the inheritance of Jacob. The inheritance of Jacob is the ability, like Yaakov, to remove the obstacle of the evil inclination, our desire to do the wrong thing, the obstacle in doing the right thing. What is Shabbos? What is the Nachalat Yaakov? What is the inheritance of Shabbos? The inheritance of Shabbos, to be able to have that menuchat hanefesh, that peace of mind, to not be stopped by the evil inclination, to not feel like the wellspring of spirituality, of doing the right thing, is somehow stopped up by that rock. That's Shabbos. If we ask, what is the blessing of Shabbos? Vayevarach Elokim es yom hashvi'i vayikadesh oto. God blessed the seventh day. How did he bless it? One answer would be that he blessed it to be a day endowed with the potential that we not be as stopped up by the rock, that the wellspring of goodness be able to flow, that we not be as deterred from the right path on that day. Now, when Yaakov sees these shepherds, he's an expert shepherd, and he says, what's going on here? They're all standing around. Hashku atzon ulchuru. Go on. Go water the sheep and let's go graze. What's going on? So the question is, asked the Sfas Emes, the Ger Rebbe, he says, wait a second. He knows what do you mean, why don't they just go graze? He sees that there's a big rock there. Apparently for Yaakov, even a large rock didn't look like anything. It looked like nothing. That's like the Gemara in Sukkah that says that one day the righteous will realize that actually the evil inclination was a very big thing. But during the lifetime, a righteous person doesn't view that which stands in the way of his doing the mitzvos, that which stands in the way of doing right, as a big obstacle. It's a small obstacle. It's something that can be removed. He doesn't understand. Why don't they take it off? Why don't they move on? Now the shepherds, they say that usually they take off the rock and then they put it back on, indicating that they're not able, even with their communal effort, they're not able to sustain that kind of spirituality, that sort of staying on the right path. And that's what the Medrash means when it says that based on this, this is parallel to the idea that a person, when he leaves the Beis Medrash, when he leaves the community, when he leaves the house of study, when he leaves the shul, he goes back to where he was before. A person's not always able to rise to the heights of the communal expectations and then stay there. Sometimes when we are on our own, we fall back. But Yaakov, he takes off the rock and it stays off. When he deals with his issues that he deals with, he remains He remains committed to the right way even afterwards. The Pri Tzaddik has a notion, things in the Sfas Emes as well, that perhaps part of Yaakov's strength is because he does have those 12 tribes. Those 12 rocks became one rock. Yaakov represents and he unifies all 12 tribes. He is the community. He lives community. He lives in unification with all Jews from before and from evermore. And therefore, it's that strength of community that allows him to lift that rock, even supposedly or ostensibly by himself, but it's not really by himself. Sfas Emes also says that this rock can also remove the opening the mouth of the well, our mouths from prayer. He says, what opens our mouths for prayer? The nature of a person, the nature of the avoda, the worship of a person in life, how a person is. That, depending on that, our mouth will be open. The mouth of Torah, the mouth of prayer will be open. Now he says, when you look at that rock, it looks very daunting. It looks like something you can't really remove it. He says, that's sheker. That's really false. We can overcome obstacles. The notion that we can't, that's sheker. That's falsehood. Yaakov is connected with emes, with truth. He sees the truth that really the big rock is not so big. And therefore, Yaakov is able to remove that rock. Reb Tzadok HaKohen of Lublin says that Yaakov was concerned that he perhaps had attached himself to falsehood. He'd become part of that world of Esav, the world of sheker, this world, which is very much a world of mirages. And he was concerned. Then when he realized that his dream was not a dream, but it was palpable, was real, God really was with him, he wasn't part of the world of sheker, of falsehood, but rather the world of emes. When he realized that he could take this with him even in exile, even outside the land of Israel, he could still be a person who could just remove the falsehood right away. Then he was comforted. Shabbos is a time when we connect not with so much with this world, but with the Olam HaEmes, the true world. It reminds us of the world where things are accurate, where things are not false, where there aren't as many mirages as they are, and misimpressions as there are in this world. And therefore on Shabbos, particularly at Sudah Shlishit, and the third meal and the third davening, the mincha in the afternoon, we invoke Yaakov, Avraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov, Vanav, Yenuchuvo. Yaakov is the one who represents Shabbos. Yaakov is represented particularly by the end of Shabbos. By the end of Shabbos, hopefully a Jew is so ensconced in the world of truth, the world of holiness, the world of spirituality, the world of prayer, that hopefully it doesn't feel so conflicted anymore. It doesn't feel like he has to struggle so much to take off those rocks. It doesn't feel like he can't do it. He has that can-do attitude. Hopefully that's what Shabbos is. What does it mean to have rest? It's not so much that we sleep on Shabbos. To be able to have peace of mind. The phone is off. The internet is off. Struggles and strife in life are off. We can focus. We can remove the obstacles. We can do it. It can be done. And then we'll be able to reap the wells, Mainei Yeshua, the wellspring of spirituality, the wellspring of godliness. We'll be able, hopefully, to see things as they truly are, to see the Olam HaEmes, the world of truth. Thank you for joining us here at the Anshe Sefard Beth El congregation, here for our discussion of Parshat Vayetze. Join us each week as we discuss these parshiot. We have archives of several years now, discussions of each parsha. Please join us, benefit from it. You're welcome to email me, rabbijmf@gmail.com, for any questions or discussions. Thank you again, and thanks to Jason Lefkowitz for joining us today and helping us make this production possible. Thank you.
This has been 10 Minutes for Torah with Rabbi Joel Finkelstein.